A couple different things to get into. We're going to championship week for college basketball, both men's, women's, every division there is. We also have, of course, the tournament right around the corner. There are some concerns. I don't want to go into the doomsday prep theory here, but there is a virus that has got everybody's attention.
Wait. I haven't heard about this. What is this thing?
Don't you worry. It doesn't affect you.
Hey, you want Corona?
With that bright jersey on, you're fine. But there is a concern about this virus that has gotten everybody's attention. Do you think, Carl, that this is going to affect the tournament games and anybody going to those tournaments?
Anybody going, yes. There will be people who immediately will not travel, will not leave their house. There's always going to be the reactionary people. Chicago State canceled a road trip this weekend for both their men's and women's teams. Look, it's a real thing. It is a big deal. It's scary. But we're not going to shut down. March Madness generates how many billions of dollars for the NCAA and CBS and TNT? You really think that money is going to go away? You think the Final Four is going to be played in front of empty arenas with how many tens of thousands of people who travel to the cities every year? No. It's not going to change a thing, but there will be people who stay home.
Are you worried about it?
I'm not worried about it, but I do find it very interesting because the NCAA wants you to believe that this is an amateur basketball tournament, right? So if it's an amateur basketball tournament, you don't need all of these people in the crowd. It's just all about the sport and these schools representing itself. Like, if anybody contracts anything at any of these tournament games, which is it's a possibility, right? Like, you have these kids on campus, some of which come from out of country, that are now moving from these concentrated areas to other concentrated areas to all yell and scream on each other. How do you not, if you're that worried about it, play these games in front of empty arenas? If you are strictly here as an amateur athletic association, it's another example of the hypocrisy of the NCAA doing something, putting people at risk so they can make money.
And everybody around them. Think about the hotels, the travels, the beer, the drinks, everything, the food.
100%.
There is a lot of travel with it. What about Major League Baseball? This is the start of their season coming up within the next couple of weeks or so. They've still got spring training, so you're going to have all these people moving from their spring training facilities now to major facilities as well in major metropolitan cities going forward with the start of your season. They said they're not going to postpone anything. Games go on.
I think there'll be a lot more precautions taken. You know, we saw this, you go back to the early 90s when Magic Johnson came out and said he had the HIV virus, and all of a sudden there were new rules for people who had blood on their uniforms. You had to change the uniform. There were different precautions taken to eliminate anything from happening. That's what's going to happen. Smart medical people are going to look at this and, all right, we're safe if. Or maybe the word should be, we're safer if we do X, Y, Z. And I think that's what the leagues will try to do.
Every health professional says, just wash your hands. Shouldn't we be doing that anyway? Literally.
Like if I'm not touching anything I wash myself pretty well in the morning. So I don't feel like I have to wash every time I use the bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
No, I would.
Well, no.
I would.
Like I just used it. You guys didn't know I didn't wash my hands. It's totally fine.
You didn't wash your hands? We'll be back coming up next.